Hello, Von community. How you doing? This is Bill with the Voniverse. I'm here to do a response video for Chris Propfe and show all my Monkees records that I have. Chris recently put out a video where he showed all of his Monkees records, and I thought I'd come on and do a response to that and show mine. Big fan of the Monkees, pretty much all my life. Of course, started with the TV show reruns for me, since I wasn't around when they first aired. But from a very young age, big fan of the Monkees. Say what you will about the Monkees and the whole idea of them being a manufactured band, not playing their own instruments, which, yes and no, they did play their own instruments at points, especially Peter Tork and Michael Nesmith. But like I said, I've been a lifelong fan of the Monkees. And I'm going to start with showing the first album that we ever got. This was a family record that we got through mail order, and it was put out by RCA, and it was just a compilation, a 2-record set that you would mail order, and they would send it to you through the mail. No bells and whistles with the packaging here. Same picture on front and back. Real flimsy cover. But yeah, like I said, 2-record set. And these got played to death growing up, and mostly by myself. So these records, I haven't played them recently, but they're pretty marked up. So on side A, you have Theme of the Monkees, of course, and it's real good collection of songs on here. Then it goes into I'm a Believer, Oh My, which was a real later song for them. Good Clean Fun, Porpoise Song. And on side B, Daydream Believer, Valerie, The Girl I Knew Somewhere, Tapioca Tundra, A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You. And sometimes when I hear those songs, I actually almost expect the following song from this album to play, because I listened to it so much growing up. So side C, you have Pleasant Valley Sunday, Cuddly Toy, D.W. Washburn, Teardrop City, Words. And then side D, you have Last Train to Clarksville, Someday Man, I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, It's Nice to Be With You, and then it closes out with Listen to the Band. So those are the labels, blue RCA label. But yeah, this was really the first album that I ever played on my own, I guess, because I love the Monkees so much, like I said, from a young age. But now getting into their catalog proper, here we have the debut, just called The Monkees. This is a 1966 pressing. It's not it's not a first pressing, because there was a typo on the first pressing for the song Papa Jean's Blues, where they spelled it Jean apostrophe S, but they re-released it shortly after and corrected the spelling typo there. And there's the Cold Gems label that the Monkees were signed to Cold Gems. So the first couple albums were more more into like a bubblegum pop, but a lot of catchy songs. And I don't listen to this one quite that often, just because it's not my favorite. But some great songs like Saturday's Child, I Want to Be Free, Papa Jean's Blues, which I mentioned, Sweet Young Thing. There's two Nesmith tracks, Papa Jean's Blues and Sweet Young Things. Sweet Young Thing are probably my favorite on this album. You also have Last Train to Clarksville, Take a Giant Step. So that's the Monkees from 1966. And then 1967, they came out with more of the Monkees. This is my mid-80s copy of this album. This came out on Rhino. Rhino put it out in the 80s. Run Out Groove has this one coming out soon. I'm on the pre-order for that. They also did the debut, which I wasn't able to get. I didn't know about it until after the fact, after the run ended. But on this one, you have great songs like Mary Mary, I'm Not Your Stepping Stone, The Kind of Girl I Could Love, Sometime in the Morning, and I'm a Believer. So that's more of the Monkees. Then also released in 1967, you have the Monkees Headquarters. This is the album where they kind of took control and they played all the instruments themselves. As you can see on here, see the guys working. This is not a first pressing. I believe first pressings had a different picture right here. But this is also obviously on the Cold Gems label there. So this is where I really start getting some of my favorite material start getting introduced by the Monkees. On here, songs like You Told Me, You Just May Be the One, Shades of Grey, For Pete's Sake, Sunny Girlfriend, No Time, and one of my absolute favorites, Randy Scouse Git. Great Mickey Dolenz track there. Kind of tells the story of when the Monkees were invited by the Beatles. They had a party when they went to England. So very, very good album here. Monkees Headquarters from 1967. Then also from 1967, my favorite Monkees album, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones Limited. This you start getting a little more into psychedelic music. This is great. Every single track on here I love personally. Salesman, she hangs out, The Door into Summer, Love is Only Sleeping, Cuddly Toy, Words. Then side 2, Hard to Believe, What Am I Doing, Hang Around. A little quirky Peter Tork, Peter Percival Patterson's Pet Pig Porky, going into Pleasant Valley Sunday, Daily Nightly, Don't Call on Me, Star Collector. The track for me on this album is the Michael Nesmith penned Daily Nightly. Psychedelic. It is, if it's not the first, it's one of the very first albums that the Moog synthesizer was used on, was recorded on an album. So that's awesome. Again, here's the Cold Gems label. Okay, moving into 1968. Yeah, 1968. And you have the Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees. Another great album. Yeah, this is a stereo copy. Songs that I really enjoy on here, of course, Auntie's Municipal Court, Daydream Believer, My favorite is the Michael Nesmith penned Tapioca Tundra. P.O. Box 9847 Valerie, and then another fun Mickey Dolenz track, Zor and Zam. Another great one. Again on the Cold Gems label. And then we get into the soundtrack for the Monkees film Head. They put this foil cover on here, so when you looked at it, you would see your reflection there, and it's just your head. So the Monkees made a movie called Head. I love it. Really, really strange, but the music is terrific. I would probably say this is my second favorite Monkees album. With songs like my all-time favorite Monkees song, Porpoise Song, but Circle Sky, Can You Dig It, As We Go Along, Daddy's Song, Do I Have to Do This All Over Again? Just wonderful, and really, really great. But we're not done with Head yet. I also have a Japanese pressing of Head. And this is a 1981 Japanese press of the album with the Obi here, Obi strip along here. Same exact album, but pressed in Japan from 1981, obviously. The cover is in color versus black and white. The back picture on the cover is in color, I should say. But I was stoked when I found this. Did I need another copy of Head? No, but it was $5, so I couldn't pass it up. So happy to have that. And then, still not done with Head. Several years ago, they released Head Alternate, put out by Friday Music. And this is alternate takes of the track listing. So very cool, and this is on this kind of yellow-orange translucent vinyl here, put out by Friday Music. So not an essential album, but if you are maybe a Monkees completist, neat to have, and I enjoy it. Okay, then moving into 1969, and the Monkees album Instant Replay. At this point, after Head, Peter Tork leaves the band, so now we're a trio of Davy Jones, Mickey Dolenz, Michael Nesmith, and another great album. I actually did a few years back, I did a kind of an anniversary, I guess it was 50 years, a 50-year anniversary video on this album, where I go into depth into the songs. But great album. Great songs like Through the Looking Glass, Me Without You, You and I, great track with Davy Jones on vocal, and Neil Young actually plays guitar on that song. Beautiful Nesmith track called While I Cry, then Teardrop City, and another kind of psychedelic Mickey Dolenz track called Shorty Blackwell. So great album, Instant Replay. Love that one. And then from 1969, the Monkees Present. This would be the final album with Michael Nesmith. From the first iteration of the band anyway. Great album. This is an original from 1969. It's got a little bit of damage here on the cover. That's okay. Cold Gems label. So songs like Good Clean Fun, Bye Bye Baby Bye Bye, listen to the band, Mommy and Daddy. Yeah. Another good album by the Monkees. And then I don't have Changes, which came out after that, where it was just a two-piece, Davy Jones and Mickey Dolenz. But then in 1987, through the unlikely event that MTV would go and show the Monkees TV show on MTV, and Peter Tork, Mickey Dolenz, and Davy Jones got back together, put out this album, Pull It. This is an embarrassingly bad album, but I got it really, really cheap, like $1. But that's it. So then ever since Pull It, the Monkees kind of continued to tour every so often. Heart and Soul is probably the big song on here, and then the rest are kind of forgettable. And then in 1996, the four Monkees reunited and put out Just Us. I have that on CD. I don't have it on vinyl. And then in 2016, so Davy Jones passes away in 2012, I think. 2016, the surviving Monkees put out this album, Good Times. And this is a terrific album. Really, really great. What a surprise this album was. You can see them there. They include Davy Jones. His track Love to Love is on here, using his vocals from back in the 60s. But on here you have songs penned by Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie, Rivers Cuomo from Weezer, Andy Partridge from XTC, Noel Gallagher, Oasis, Paul Weller, Neil Diamond, and more, it says. But yeah, what a wonderful album this is. Good Times, great song. You Bring the Summer, she makes me laugh. The standout track on here for me is the Ben Gibbard penned Me and Magdalena. Really sweet vocals by both Mickey Dolenz and Michael Nesmith. But yeah, really, really wonderful. And then, just put out last year, and I just picked this up recently, Monkees Live. Peter Tork passed away, unfortunately. But Michael Nesmith and Mickey Dolenz went back out on the road as a duo called The Mike and Mickey Show, and put out this live album last year. I did get to see them. And all I got to see the Monkees, including this show, I think 4 times. Twice as Mickey, Davy, Peter. Once as Mickey, Mike, and Peter. And then once as Mickey and Mike. But yeah, this is wonderful. The pressing for this album is great. Sounds wonderful. So that's all my albums by the Monkees, but I do have a few 7-inch singles here. First, we have Words and Pleasant Valley Sunday. This is on Cold Gems there. Words, Pleasant Valley Sunday. Okay, then we have someone had wrote on here, but Valerie and Tapioca Tundra on the original Cold Gems sleeve there. So Valerie, Tapioca Tundra. And Daydream Believer with Going Down. Really, really cool single here on Cold Gems. Daydream Believer. Going Down. I actually found just the other day another copy of this at Goodwill, and I just picked it up. Haven't cleaned it or anything yet, but I think that one is actually in worse shape than this one, but we'll see once it's cleaned. I couldn't leave it there. Then we have the Monkees, Porpoise Song and As We Go Along. Porpoise Song is my favorite Monkees track. It's just terrific. And then lastly, I got this in a collection a couple years ago from 1986. This is the Monkees That Was Then, This Is Now. Back with the theme of the Monkees. This is on Arista. And with that, that will conclude my Monkees vinyl record collection. So Chris Propfe, thanks for the inspiration for this. Thought I'd jump in because I don't really show my Monkees collection all that much, so this was fun. Everyone, thank you for watching. Let me know if you like the Monkees and what your favorite tracks are down below in the comments. I'd love to read them. And with that, I'm going to sign off here. I'll talk to everybody again soon. Take care now.